Chair would ask all members to please take their seats and pay due attention to the next gentleman at the microphone for his inaugural speech. Chair recognizes Representative Owens of Watertown.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And through you to the members, I am in support of the Conference Committee report and Act driving clean energy and offshore wind. It's a hot day. We have a lot to do, and I will be brief. But I wanted to take the opportunity to thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you for your dedication to making the Commonwealth a leader in clean energy and offshore wind. The report before us puts us in prime position to both take advantage of green, clean energy produced right off of our shores and to provide our residents with the green jobs that support our transition off fossil fuels here and throughout the country. Growing our offshore wind industry is the most important thing we can do to reduce our greenhouse gas emissions, power our own homes and businesses, and grow the economy. It is essential that offshore wind is developed in a timely and responsible manner to protect our environment and our communities. I also want to thank the Chair of Ways and Means, the gentleman from the North End, for his commitment to supporting green energy and green jobs throughout the session, but I especially want to thank the Chair of TUE, the gentleman from Franklin. Without his patience and perseverance, we would not have the piece of legislation here before us. He guided this process with skill and empathy and always took time to listen to the members from the beginning of the process to today. And if you'll indulge me, Mr. Speaker, being a member of that committee has been a highlight of my term. So thank you. Thanks in large part to the chairman. I thank him for making himself and his excellent staff in TUE available for our questions and concerns, and I congratulate him and all of us for a job well done. All the members of the conference committee, I should say. This bill is our strongest step along the 2050 climate roadmap that we set early in the session. It puts us on the path to decarbonize our generation and transportation sectors and the path that we set for ourselves last year. If we have any hope of meeting our climate goals, we need to replace the energy we currently depend on from natural gas with wind, solar, and green storage. We have enough wind off our coast to power our grid 10 times over, and this bill helps us not only capture that power, but get it from the ocean to our homes. We need to modernize our grid to transform it from one that assumes power is generated from a single power plant to one that can move electricity from distributed sources and consumption sites. The work that this bill does to update our transmission network enables all the future changes to decarbonize our power generation. 40%, the plurality of our carbon emissions currently come from our transportation sector. In this bill, it increases subsidies for electric vehicles through the More EV program, including incentives for people at lower income ranges. It incentivizes, with reporting requirements, development of our electric vehicle charging network so that when people buy these EVs, they are able to charge them. These are real significant steps to weaning Massachusetts consumers off of internal combustion engines. And as important as this bill is for our climate, it's also important for our air quality. As the father of a child with asthma, this is particularly important. The bill removes wood-burning biomass from the renewable portfolio standard, taking away incentives for large-scale, polluting, carbon-emitting power facilities, and clarifying that the Commonwealth does not consider them renewable sources of energy. I want to thank the gentleman from Boston and the gentleman from Springfield for their work, particularly on this. But the incentives in this bill will also increase the district's adoption of electric school buses. The bill gives date-certain deadlines to the MBTA to move to all-electric bus fleets. By 2040, the T will be required to operate only zero-emission passenger buses. Beyond the T service area, the bill will require MassDOT to provide each regional transit authority with assistance to create an electric bus rollout plan, which includes identifying potential funding sources for their transition towards zero-emission vehicles. All this means less diesel exhausts in our streets, less particulate in the air. Thanks to your leadership, Mr. Speaker, our children will be breathing easier. There's no time to waste. It's 1,000,000 degrees outside. Much of the world is in record-breaking heat wave. We're facing bigger storms, hotter temperatures. Every moment that we delay puts us further behind. This is a bill that meets the challenges. It meets the challenges of the moment. It meets them with an eye towards equity and environmental justice, and I hope that the conference report will be accepted. Thank you.
Chair would congratulate the gentleman on his inaugural speech.